I begin by asking, GROK, would you edit this essay? I wrote about my COVID vax perspective. No fact corrections, more impactful, smooth clarity is the goal of the edit. Follow on with a breakdown of your changes. Here's the essay, ... I decided not to take COVID shots based on first principle reasoning, what I think is true. I believe there's never been a vaccine for a cold virus. COVID is a cold virus, not a flu virus. No, the common cold cured achievement was claimed. That's the magnitude of this mRNA achievement if it warded off a coronavirus. What happened was immediate. The definition of a vaccine was changed. A perfectly good word became mush. Vaccines no longer warded off infection. Now they make disease symptoms milder. The cold virus remains an irresistible infection agent. Dupes in the millions believed it protected them from infection if exposed to the COVID virus. The sickened vaxxed then used the power of human imagining to chart a recovery eased by the vaccine. Every first-person account I've read or heard mentions the moment of fevered low ebb, followed by their fever breaking and feeling better. The unchanged way the human immune system has always dealt with cold viruses. Heat the blood up to fever level to kill the virus. Experimental drug, useless as protection from infection, and conjectured to be intermittently harmful to recipients, is pushed with the greatest propaganda effort of modern time. I'm proud I had the will to resist what I now perceive as a grab for money, billions, and power, vote fraud. Fear is derisively mentioned as the vax hesitant's selfish reasoning for avoiding the mRNA injection. I've had ultra-invasive surgery for a collapsed lung. Shots don't scare me. If I actually believe something, such as vaccines don't exist for colds, why would I get the shot? Using experimental drugs to treat colds never made sense. And then GROK informs me, here's an edited version of your essay, refined for smoother clarity and greater impact while preserving your original meaning and avoiding fact corrections. I chose not to take the COVID shots, guided by first principles reasoning, my own judgment of what holds true. I've come to believe there's never been a vaccine for a cold virus. COVID at its core is a coronavirus, akin to the common cold, not a flu virus. No one has ever claimed to cure the common cold with a vaccine. If this mRNA shot truly warded off a coronavirus, it would mark an achievement of staggering magnitude, one worthy of celebration. Yet that's not what happened. Instead, the definition of vaccine shifted overnight. A once clear term was stripped of its precision. Vaccines no longer needed to prevent infection. Now they merely softened the symptoms of disease. The cold virus, meanwhile, remained what it always was, an unstoppable agent of infection. Millions convinced by this redefinition believed the shot shielded them from catching COVID. When they inevitably fell ill, these vaccinated individuals leaned on the power of imagination, crediting the shot for a milder recovery. Every first-hand account I've encountered follows the same arc: a fevered low point, a breaking of the fever, then relief. This is the human immune system at work, as it has been for millennia, raising the body's heat to purge a cold virus. The shot added nothing to this ancient process. What we got instead was an experimental drug, powerless to stop infection, suspected by some to harm its recipients, and backed by the most relentless propaganda campaign of our era. I take pride in resisting what I now see as a brazen grab for wealth, billions in profits, and control, rigged influence over elections. Critics sneer that fear drives the vaccine hesitant, painting us as selfish cowards. Fear isn't my motive. I've faced far worse. Intrusive surgery for a collapsed lung. Without flinching, shots don't intimidate me. If I'm convinced of something, like the absence of vaccines for cold viruses, why would I inject myself with an experimental treatment? Using untested drugs to fight a cold never made sense to me. It still doesn't. And then GROK breaks it down in a lot of ways. It says I decided not to take COVID shots based on first principle reasoning, what I think are true. Edited, I chose not to take COVID shots guided by first principle reasonings, my own judgment of what holds true. Yeah, in almost every case, I like my original version. Oh yeah, natural immune response. Heat the blood up to fever level to kill the virus, and then edited, raising the body's heat to purge a cold virus. No, I don't like that as well as my mentioning of fever and all that. They did write better for me. GROK wrote better for me of adding dashes for connecting tissue in the essay. So anyway, it's very clear that GROK can help a guy that, it took me, God knows how long it took me to write that original. I had to write it essay kind of thing. And, someone's reacting. Serena. Thank you, Serena, for being here. I'm not going to be here long. This is just about me and GROK and the vaccine. So that's it. I think GROK is a fun tool for a guy that wants to get, like, within seconds, like a little feedback on how good his his work is. And little essays. What is an essay other than your brain, that externalization and organization that goes on? And if a few more essays had been written about the vaccine, God, maybe we would have won something. I don't know. It's hard to say because, oops, I didn't want to do that yet. Okay. Yeah, because we needed to win. It was, it was important that, and now that they've made the money and ran, they don't care what comes up now. They're covered. And especially the guy we got pictured big here, he's covered. He's totally out of the anything that's going to happen. So anyway, yeah, essays, help from GROK. Hey, see you, Serena.